Hey YouTubers, what's up? It's Jackie with Jackie Has It All, and it's Sunday, October 9th, which means that it is the night before surgery. um, I spent the day today just kind of relaxing and hanging out and um, trying not to think too much. I mean, I've been excited about it, but just try not to think too much about it. Um, Not to get myself too anxious and stuff. So I am over clear liquids. Let me just tell you that. I'll tell you that much. Um, I told you last week that the challenge for me this week was going to be during our prayer group's 27th anniversary, where there was going to be a huge party and a lot of food, and I was emceeing a program and stuff like that. So I was a little apprehensive. I thought I was going to be really bitchy because I was going to be hungry, and it actually didn't turn out as bad as I thought it was going to be. I I learned. I circulated. I said hi to people. I chit chatted, stuff like that. Um, when people asked me if I had eaten yet, I said, "Oh no, I really can't eat before I MC because it makes me nervous, whatever." Um, so nobody questioned anything, and everybody was busy, doing their own thing and chit chatting too. So um, I think that I wasn't hungry as I thought I was going to be, um, and I think the fact that I was preoccupied with a lot of stuff that I had to do, it kind of pushed any kind of hunger pangs to the wayside. Um, but I think what I learned yesterday was that I could actually enjoy the social aspect of being around people and not worry about having food around. People were eating, there was a lot of great food, and it looked really good, but I was okay, you know? So I concentrated on chit chatting and saying hello, and um, I think that it was a really good thing, and I learned that I could do that um, without being so disappointed that I couldn't partake in what the food that was going on around me. So I was really happy about that. Today was a little bit different. I guess because I didn't have so many things preoccupying my time, or preoccupying my mind, that I started getting a little hungry. So I took a couple naps today because I decided to sleep off the hunger. Um, and when I get hungry, I get really, um, I could get really nasty. So in order to save my husband from my wrath, I just went to sleep. Um, so tonight, it's the night before surgery, and you think a lot of things. And I told you last week that I was sort of thinking about stuff that I would not miss about being overweight. And that's kind of things that you think about, especially, when you're going to have this surgery and you're looking forward to losing weight and gaining control over your gains and stuff like that. So I didn't come up, this is not an exhaustive list by any stretch of the imagination. I just did come up with a few things that I wanted to sort of chat about. One of the things that I'm not going to miss about being overweight is having my hips and my butt hang off the sides of a chair, like when I go to Starbucks or anywhere else for that matter. That overhang. It's makes me uncomfortable, and um, I'm I'm looking forward to not worrying about that. So that's one thing I'm not going to miss. Or actually looking at my looking at myself um, from behind, like in a mirror, or like seeing myself lying down on my stomach and seeing how spread out my butt gets. Because I think, like, whenever I see that, when I look at my butt, I think heliport. um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to not seeing that much of my butt. I'm looking forward to saying bye. So, um, not having my hips and butt hang off the sides of a chair is a big thing for me. Um, I'm also not going to miss hiding behind a camera, um, or hiding from a camera, or when taking pictures, hiding behind people just so that my face shows. Um, I think that as the weight comes off, you get a little bit more confident, more comfortable in your skin, so you're not so afraid to to bear all. So I'm looking forward to that, and I am not gonna miss having to hide. I'm not going to. What I'm not going to miss is shopping at a plus size store, um, or a plus size area of a store. I used to love to shop. I used to have a lot of clothes. And when I gained weight, I hated shopping because nothing looked good. I was not happy with, the way clothes looked on me. And because of that, I just didn't want to shop anymore. So I've had like the same clothes, for the longest time. And I am looking forward to not having to be that depressed when I go shopping. So yeah, not what I'm gonna miss. Something I'm not gonna miss is going to those plus size areas and still being unhappy with the way things fit. Um, I am not going to miss moving without pain. As I said before, I have arthritis in both of my hips, and the excess weight has really, really been bad. Um, it, I can't, I can't enjoy really walking or anything like that. My husband has been such a sweetheart. He when we go somewhere, he drops me off like at the front, right almost at the door of wherever we go. And then he goes and he parks. And then, when it's time to leave, he comes and he brings the car around. So I'm not going to miss that. I am not going to miss the pain, and it's gotten a little bit better, but I know that when I do a lot of walking still, there's still some pain involved, and so I anticipate that it's not going to be as bad when I lose more weight. So yeah, that pain, I'm not going to miss that. I am not going to miss being so self-conscious when I go out. Um, I feel like I need to always be in the background. I feel like I need to be hiding, or I kind of scrunch over a little bit, and instead of walking tall or whatever. I'm just not comfortable in my skin. So I going out is just it's a struggle for me. I don't like doing it too much because I'm just so self-conscious of my size. So I am not going to miss that self-consciousness. One of the things that I'm not going to miss, another thing that I'm not going to miss about being overweight is the secret eating. You know how it is when you buy all that junk food, or you buy more than one meal at a fast food place and then you kind of just eat it in your car, um, pull off the side of in a parking lot and corner of a parking lot and eat, eat whatever junk or whatever fast food that you um, have bought, the volume of food that you've bought. So I'm not going to miss that because, I felt, it felt so bad afterwards. You know, that feeling you get like, oh God, I can't believe I did that. And yet you did it, you keep doing it. So I am not going to miss that at all. Another thing that I'm not going to miss about being overweight is being the heaviest person in my group of friends. Um, I, you know, I've always been like the heaviest person in most of my circle of friends, and while they are so sweet and they're very accepting of me, I still, that self-consciousness made me feel very uncomfortable around them. So that I'm not going to miss either. And the last thing I wrote down was that I'm not going to miss missing out. I think that's one of the things that that's really a big thing for me, because I feel like I miss out on so much. I like photography. I'm on Instagram. I have like a photography Instagram account where I mean, I love, it's a hobby of mine, and I love going to the beach and taking pictures. I like going anywhere to take pictures. And I've met a lot of people through Instagram, and a lot of people have come into the area, or they want to meet up and and have do a photo walk and shoot together. And I make up excuses not to go. Like, I'll say that I'm out of town, or I'm at a conference, or I'm not feeling well. It's just because I'm very I'm again self-conscious about my size, and the fact that I can't walk. I can't go on a photo walk. I can't explore places that I go to. I see beautiful pictures of people that people take where they've gone hiking, or they go, just they go to explore another city, and I can't do that because there's so much pain involved. There's so much self-consciousness involved, and that joy, that joy is kind of sucked out. The joy of the photography has diminished because I'm not able to feel comfortable doing all the things that I would like to do. Like when I travel, even when I went to Illinois with my husband to visit his family, I didn't even go see the Bean in Millennium Park because I couldn't walk. I couldn't explore some of the places that I wanted to explore. And that's because it was so painful, and I wouldn't be able to maneuver. I'd be, I would sweat. I'd be from the exertion of walking, with pain. So I just wouldn't do it. So I don't want to miss out anymore. I don't want to miss out on meeting new people. I don't want to miss out on exploring new places. I don't want to miss out on being active. I'm tired of missing out. So I think out of everything that I talked about, I think that's the big one for me. I am so looking forward to getting out there and um, not being afraid to meet new people and experiencing new things. So that's sort of what those are some of the things that I came up with about what I'm not going to miss about being overweight. I've also, as it comes closer to surgery, I've also kind of loosened my stance on being a secret sleeper. And let me tell you a couple things. One is I know that the people that I trusted to not say anything um, actually did slip. So I was very, very upset at the time that I found out. I was really hurt, and um, I was just really angry. And now that it's coming closer and closer to surgery, I've I guess I'm more comfortable with the fact that I'm getting this done. I'm comfortable with the success I've had so far. Um, Looking forward to the success I'm going to have. Not that I'm going to tell a lot of people. I mean, I'm not going to go out there and say, "Hey, I had surgery." You know, I'm not going to like force. I'm not going to like be that upfront about it or out there about it. But if somebody asks me what I'm doing, I will say, I had weight loss surgery, and it's just a matter of fact. I can honestly tell them that I had lost weight before the surgery, and that I had the surgery to make sure that I stay losing and I don't gain the weight back, because historically that's been my MO, lose a ton, gain a ton, lose a ton, gain a ton, and I'm tired of doing that. So if asked, I would say it. I guess it would depend on who asked, but I think I'm more comfortable with this whole process now, and I don't think I would have a problem telling people now. So I think that's a big step for me, because I was very, very secretive about it, and I would just get so upset when somebody would bring it up, and so now I think I'm a little bit better about it, and step in the right direction. I think I'm doing what I'm doing. It's none of their business. If they have any negativity, that's their negativity. It's not what they think is not my problem. I'm starting to learn that, and I thank the YouTube community for that. I thank the entire weight loss community, because especially the people who are really, really far along in their journey, or they have come very close to goal, or are at goal, and they're just they're very open about it, and I am really thankful that I'm starting to open up a little bit about that. Anyway, I am getting hungry. And I have until midnight tonight. It is 8:25 right now, and I can eat till midnight, so I gotta take advantage of any eating time that I have, such that it is. Anyway, I will see you guys on the flip side. I will see you in the winner's circle, not the loser's bench, but the winner's circle. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for any new followers. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope that I can impart some inspiration, motivation, information, all those shuns. And I'm hoping to learn and gather inspiration from you guys as well. So until the next time, stay awesome, everybody. Bye.